Good afternoon, YouTube world. Thank you for stopping by my channel. We focus. And as you've seen from the title, today's video is going to be part two of a two-part series titled Young Men Need to Know. In the first part, I discussed some things that young men should be doing. Now in this part two, I'm going to discuss some things that young men should not be doing. Now, the first thing that young men should not do between the ages of 16 and 30 is have children before you are married. And that is vitally important. And let me tell you why. You are still growing in this age group, mentally, spiritually, and in particular, financially. You are not ready for children. Most of you, I would imagine, are still clinging on to the majority of those childlike tendencies and characteristics. You are not a man. So if you are not a man yet, you cannot be a father. You are not in a position to provide for a child and the mother of that child, which should be your wife. Understand this. You are not ready. And unfortunately, there are a lot of males, not men, males out here today as we speak that are not fathers. And it is a terrible tragedy. So understand this, young man. Within this age group, either you have already found your purpose or you are searching for it now. You do not need to have children because you are not mentally, spiritually, or financially ready. Because if you do, at the very least, this is going to cause a burden on your side of the family and this young woman's side of the family. Grandmothers are going to have to now start to play the role of mother again. Great grandmothers are going to now have to start playing the role of mother again on both sides if you're lucky, while you two young people try and figure it out. And what's going to happen, young men, is that you are going to be getting a lot of unsolicited but necessary actions for you to put in place from both sides of you all's family. And I'm certain at your age, which I can remember at my age, we don't really like to be told what to do. But you would have relinquished that choice because mothers, grandmothers, uncles, aunts on both sides know that you two are not ready. But it happened. And as a family, if you're very lucky, collectively, you all can sort it out. But you don't need to put yourself in that position. Because if you do, young man, now that child has became your purpose. Understand that. That child is now your purpose. You are now thrust into the role of being a man before you are even ready. I do not know how to fly a plane. If someone thrust me into that cockpit, bad things are going to happen because I do not know what I'm doing. Or A, it won't get off the ground. Or B, this landing is not going to go well because I don't know what I am doing. You are not a man yet. Understand that. You do not need to have children before you are mentally, spiritually, or financially ready to do so. And you are a man at that point who is looking for a woman to be his wife, to build a family upon that covenant. Understand that. Now, the second point I want to make, young men, is that you should not allow anyone to get in the way of you discovering and fulfilling your purpose. Now, within this age group, for most young men, you don't know what your purpose is. Most of your friends probably don't. And most of the young men that you associate with probably don't. Now, I would hope that you have watched part 1. So you do understand what I mean by purpose, and you are trying to find your purpose now. But understand this, once you do, and you are absolutely certain from the inside that this is my purpose, this is what I want to go after. Not everyone you know, you love, admire, and respect are going to share that same purpose. They can't, because it's yours and yours alone. So not everyone is going to understand why you are dedicating so much of your own time, energy, and effort to developing this purpose. Some of those people may even dismiss it altogether, may try and convince you that that's not what you should be focused on. There are other things in your life that you should be doing. Or it doesn't even sound like a good idea altogether. The naysayers, the negative Nancy's, quote, because unfortunately, even at your age group and outside of your own age group, there are people that are going to want to remain at 0 in life. Meaning they have no goals, no drive, no ambition. They do not have a purpose other than to just exist. They cannot help you. They will not understand. They will not congratulate you. They will not support you. But you cannot allow that energy to seep into your core beliefs, because your mind is made up, and it is a wonderful thing. It is a beautiful thing, but not everyone is going to understand that you are creating a masterpiece. And some of the greatest thinkers, scholars, political activists, engineers, liberators of human history have all been misunderstood, have been outcast, ostracized. Some of those men and women have even given their lives for what they believe in, but they did not allow anyone to get in their way. And you need to remember that it's not going to be easy. Some of these people are not even going to be easy to spot, let alone leave them behind. But unfortunately, you may have to do so, and some of them you may even call family. Get used to this idea, Get used to this idea now. Some people you may have to leave behind. Other people you're going to have to go around. And some you are going to have to go over. But your purpose is clear. You are certain on that in your spirit. You know what you want to do, and you're going after it. Do not let anyone get in your way. Do not believe the negativity from anyone, their disbelief, them trying to keep, again, you at zero along with them, or worse, negative, because there are some people that are to the very left of zero, which numerically is the negative territory. They will grab you if you allow them to put them hands on you and bring you to where they are, and you will remain there. But that's not where you want to be. That's not in your spirit. That's not the fire within you. It is propelling you forward, up, over, and forward, because you have a purpose. But keep that in mind. It is not going to be easy, but it is going to be good practice, because even along the way, as we age and grow, become more successful in whatever lane we have chosen, you will always come across people that will challenge your standing in life, that will try and whisper those or sprinkles of negativity and disbelief, hatred, because of what you are doing. But when you will become better, I'm certain, at discernment and being able to not only spot those people, but navigate around them as you continue on your journey. It's not going to be easy. Depending on the person, it may even be hurtful. But don't allow that to weigh on you for too long. Just recognize that, man, this person was not who I thought they were going to be. And rest with that. Grapple with that however you can. I don't have an answer for that. Because again, depending on the person, it could be very hurtful. But just stay on the path, your path that you have created. And do not allow anyone to keep you from your purpose. Now, the last point I want to make, young men, is that you should not engage in any activity that will rob you of your freedom. And by freedom, I simply mean you are able to move about freely within this society in whatever way that you choose. Because if you are incarcerated, you are not free. There is no honor in being locked behind bars of any kind. You are not an animal. We keep animals in cages as pets for our own pleasure and enjoyment and emotional growth, whatever you want to designate that animal as. We go to see them at a circus. We go to visit them at zoos. They are not free. The men and women that are incarcerated within this country are not free to think, act, and behave in a way that they see fit for them. They have relinquished their freedom. And understand this, there are a lot of city, state, county, federal laws that I can say most of us probably don't agree with. But as adults, we simply comply with the laws. Now, if you are so compelled because of some of those laws, and that purpose, your purpose, leads you down a road of social, economic, or political activism, then that's a beautiful thing. Because hopefully at some point you will be in a position to change some of those laws that you don't like or that you don't feel are a benefit to your community. I wish you well on that journey, if that is your path. But other than that, we simply have to comply with the laws that govern the society in which we live in. Or your second alternative could be to find another country that's more advantageous to the way you think and you choose to behave and move there. But understand, you cannot fulfill any kind of purpose incarcerated. So do not engage in activities that will rob you of your freedom. The abuse of drugs and alcohol, the assault upon another person, man or woman, theft, all of the things that at this point in your life you should have been told about. You should be able to discern right from wrong. That's not anything that I'm even going to get into. Because for the young men that I am speaking to, you have either found your purpose or you are on a road to discover what your purpose is. But you cannot find your purpose and then become incarcerated. You will not be incarcerated and then find your purpose and get out and continue on again. It doesn't work like that. The justice system is not designed to help people become their best selves. It is the design of your mind that will help you become your best self. There is no honor in being incarcerated. There is no honor in being incarcerated. You should not be getting out and getting high fives and a pat on the back, and you get stories to tell about how tough you were or how you just held your own, so to speak. That's nonsense. And anybody who thinks in that manner, recognize that person and remove yourself from wherever they are and stay away from them. Because again, their mentality is at zero or worse, to the left of zero, which is negative territory, as I so eloquently put in point 2. So keep that in mind. You have nothing to prove. None of us have anything to prove other than to ourselves and our Creator that we are fulfilling a purpose. Because understand this, we all have one. But you cannot fulfill that purpose incarcerated. You are doing yourself a disservice, because now you are at the mercy of that institution. They control you. You are a puppet at that point, and the institution is the puppet master. There will be strings, invisible strings, tied to your arms, legs, head, and neck, moving you about if you relinquish your freedom. Because trust me, somebody like me and men that think like me, I would gladly sleep on a park bench or under a bridge like a troll, but I am free. Men and women that have been at their very lowest point, emotionally, physically, financially, but have rose to heights of unimaginable success. But they were all free to do so. We can lose, regain again, make mistakes, learn from them, as long as we are free to do so. That is absolutely critical, because there are too many people that believe that there is some sort of unwritten honor in being incarcerated, and there is not. Regardless of what you have heard from another person or from some nonsense music, any level of toxicity, anybody who thinks along those terms is a fool. And you should steer clear of them, because you should already be able to recognize they have no purpose. They have no drive, goals, or ambition. So again, if you do not remove yourself from people that think on those terms, you will become them. You know, there's a saying, Dr. Dennis Kimbrough, if you hang around 9 broke folk long enough, you will become number 10. If you hang around 9 people that think, act, and behave at 0, you will become number 10. And you can input whatever statement that you want to make of a positive or a negative nature, you will become those men and women that you associate with. Now you can also draw people towards you that think, act, and behave in a way that you do. When your purpose is clear, you are working towards that purpose, you will draw these people in like a moth to a flame because they want to be a part of that. Successful people know other successful people. Drunks know other drunks. Drug addicts know other drug addicts. Presidents know other presidents. CEOs know other CEOs. Money managers know other money managers. That is the way it works. It is the law of attraction. But you cannot do anything of your own will and accord if you are incarcerated. It is impossible. You have relinquished your dream, your purpose, by making a foolish mistake. See, we can make mistakes, take calculated risks, lose, make educated mistakes almost, if you will, and learn from them and brush that off as we are along our journey. But foolish mistakes can be costly because wasted time you cannot get back. Life doesn't work like that for any of us. So know that, young men. Do not engage in anything that will rob you of your freedom. Thank you all for watching. Please like, share, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell so I can continue to bring you all motivational and inspirational content. Thank you again for watching. Bye.